Hello everybody and welcome to another Batman review. Today it is Season 1, Episode 20, Better Luck Next Time, which is Part 2 of The Perfect Crime. So this episode once again guest stars Julie Newmar as Catwoman. And I have to say, although I enjoyed Part 1 quite a bit, I actually think Part 2 is even a stronger episode, so I will get right into it. So we start where the last episode left off, as always, with the cliffhanger, where Batman is trying to subdue the tiger as he picked the wrong door at the end of last episode and wound up with this tiger. And I have to say, though, this scene is pretty realistic looking, especially for 1960s TV, so I have to give credit to the show creators here. I thought this scene was pretty dark and pretty creepy and very well done. So eventually Batman can't really subdue the tiger, so he uses his utility belt to climb the wall, and then he uses his communicator to create some kind of sound which upsets the tiger, which gives him enough time to escape the room. Now, normally I would complain about him using the utility belt and the communicator to escape again, but because the scene is so well done, it didn't bother me this time. I thought it was fine. So then we go to Robin, who was also captured at the end of last episode, and Catwoman knocks him out and ties him up over a pit of tigers, so tigers are definitely a theme in this episode. And Burt Ward, once again, as he always does, has the line of the episode. He tells Catwoman, "You are not a nice person," but just the way he said it really made me laugh. I thought this was hilarious. I also do like, there's a little bit of a darkness to this villain and to this episode in general, which really adds some atmosphere to it. I really appreciated that, as Catwoman is actually a pretty interesting villain. We also learn that the two cat statues that she stole and collected form some kind of treasure map when put together, which is kind of convenient, but I thought it was interesting, so I'll just go with it. So she goes to search for the treasure, and she leaves Robin tied up with some of her henchmen watching over him. She takes one of her lead henchmen with her, though. And, of course, Batman rescues him, and we get another fight. It was fine. It was needed for the plot, but it's just another Batman fight. It doesn't really add too much. But so eventually Robin is saved. And then the episode does slow down just a little bit, but it doesn't really hurt the momentum of the episode. Batman and Robin basically figure out Catwoman's plan, and they figure out where she would be going to look for this treasure. So eventually Batman and Robin arrive on the scene after they avoid some mines, I think they are, that Catwoman has planted, in a pretty well done scene overall. And I also like here how Catwoman double crosses the henchman that's still with her. I'm surprised more villains haven't done this in the past, but it does seem to fit with her character, and once again adds a dimension to her that I appreciated. So eventually this leads to a chase scene with Batman and Robin, and Catwoman gets kind of cornered in between Batman and Robin and a pit. She's basically trapped, so she decides to try and leap over the pit, but she can't. She's basically stuck, and eventually she falls in the pit, which was pretty dark and pretty surprising, but it fits the tone of this whole episode. So we're left actually wondering at the end of this episode if she's alive or not, if she survived or not. And I really appreciated this. I thought it was a nice change of pace from the villain just being captured all the time, even though we pretty much know that Catwoman somehow survived. But overall, this is a very good episode, one of the best of the show so far, and I give Better Luck Next Time a 4.5 out of 5. An excellent episode, and an episode I recommend, especially if you are a fan of the Catwoman character. It's interesting to see how she was portrayed at this time period in the 60s. So 4.5 out of 5 for Better Luck Next Time, and as always, thank you very much for watching.